In this video, I'm going to be recapping my budget and spending for the months of August and September. In the month of August, I was prepping for the birth of my first child, and in September, we were adjusting to life as a family of 3 with a newborn. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a recap financially to let you know how that went and just kind of give you some inspiration for your journey, and kind of some details on mine. So we'll get right into it. This is just going to be a very quick sort of broad strokes recap. First and foremost, because I want to get this out and done, and I'm not going to be editing anything. I'm just going to be getting it out there. So there won't be a spreadsheet that I'm showing, but I do have my exact numbers. And I'm trying to move quickly and speak softly because I am baby wearing the latest addition to our family. So hoping that the baby stays calm. If anyone's wondering, this is the boba wrap that I'm using, and it's just basically a long piece of fabric. And it's been really good. There's a learning curve, but it's been great for wearing around the house. So if any other new moms or people that are around moms looking for maybe something that a mom would use. So because I wonder that when I watch other parents' videos. Okay, so kind of starting at the top with broad strokes for my August and September budget and spending. My normal baseline income is $3,000 a month. That's with my day job. And my fixed costs are about $1,600 a month, which leaves about $1,400 a month for variable expenses. I add them together, and that's what I end up with as far as my spending goes. So for the month of August, I was again prepping for the baby and trying to stock up on things that I thought that I might need. I didn't want to go too crazy on buying things because I just didn't know. I didn't know how the delivery would go. I didn't know what the baby would like, what I would need. So I tried to really keep my spending to a minimum. I think all in for baby stuff, I have a video on that, on my spending and how much we spent. I kept it pretty reasonable, but I did splurge on a couple things. And so far, I mean, I have thoughts on what was worth it and what wasn't worth it, but I tried to be as moderate as possible, keeping in mind that like people in all income levels have kids and babies don't need that much. They're like puppies. So that my August expenses were $31.46, so $3,146, which is a shortfall of $146. So to backtrack on where I am in my financial journey, I have been debt-free for the past 12 years, and then at the beginning of this year, just due to life circumstances, I slid back into consumer debt. And again, due to life circumstances, I'm not really in a huge rush to pay that off. I mean, I'd say I should be, but now that I'm on maternity leave, I also don't have a consistent day job income to be doing that. So my goal for right now is to just maintain where I am. So obviously in August, I was $146 over, which was really rough. That is what it is. I mean, it's not going to kill anyone. It's not like gonna, it's not an immediate problem, but this is how problems start. And certainly there are people that would say, you're in a burning building, you got to get out. I'm like, yeah, well, So yes, this is something that I'm fully aware of. My debt payoff journey will start once things have, I don't say once things have stabilized, but I am on a process to get rid of this consumer loan debt. So my September expenses were $3,331, which is a shortfall of $331. This is actually better than I thought we'd do. My biggest category of concern was on the food side, because obviously I'm not going anywhere. So really the food and sort of other expenses are the biggest, I'm gonna say concern, but areas of concern. We actually didn't do too bad at all for food costs relative to what's normal in this area and for our region and just how much food is. So for food out, total, my husband and I spent $350. For groceries, we spent $900. So it's interesting because I'm a member of some local moms groups, and somebody just posted in the group asking how much everyone spent on food. And I posted my numbers in, and they were out of, I think there were like 15 responses. And out of all those responses, mine were the second lowest. And other people are like, and someone else posted in that they spent a lot more than anyone had answered. And I'm like, yeah, it's expensive to eat here. It just is. But again, this is kind of where we are, where we've averaged out. And I think one of the things, this isn't the most that we've spent on both eating out or groceries, because I was concerned that budget category would go crazy. I did a lot of freezer cooking, so I have another video on freezer cooking if you're interested. I don't really think it saved that much money, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It helped me mentally to feel like I was prepared. So there's that. And I'd say, I didn't know how the delivery would go, so I didn't know what kind of condition I would be in, and I didn't want to just be eating takeout every night. I mean, because that's certainly more expensive than what we spent here, $12.50. So I would say that I am personally cooking at home 3 to 5 days out of 7 days a week. So that's something that I have continued to do. I do it to save money. Cooking's like, I mean, it's okay. It's not something that I love doing. And let me not say that. The more I do it, the more I enjoy it. But it's also not easy because I don't love being on my feet all that time. And going to the grocery store too is kind of a challenge. I mean, it's right around the corner, and I love being able to walk, but it's like I can't take a stroller in there because the aisles are so narrow. I can't get down the checkout aisles in a stroller, so I have to baby wear, which is additional kind of pressure on my body. But it just is. So these are things that we plan for, we work around as necessary. So that covered food out, my cooking, and also baby expenses that I had in September. So the biggest one was swaddles, because sleep is precious, and sleep is something that we'll pay for. So I spent $98 on an emergency order from, on an order from Bye Bye Baby, and we bought a couple different ones because we didn't know what the baby would like. And then once I knew what worked for us, I bought a bunch pre-loved on eBay. So that ended up being $148 total. So that was certainly some of that $31 overspend. So again, $146 here, $331 here. That is how problems get started. So, and again, the goal is to stabilize and then to go into debt payoff mode. So in terms of my credit card debt and where we landed as far as that is concerned, I will tell you we're at a total of $7,697.45. I'm not comfortable with that. It just is, again, because I had two huge life circumstances happen together, and it's just that's where we are. That's not where we're going to stay. And I have to keep reminding myself that for the past 12 years I was debt free. So I am seeing this as sort of my circumstances taking time to catch up to where I am. My resources taking time to catch up to my life circumstances. So that's what I'm saying about that. Oop, okay. So this is the question, is what will it take to achieve financial independence now? And plain and simple, my focus is going to be increasing my income, because there's only so much I can cut. And cutting now, it just becomes diminishing returns. So my goal is just increasing my income. And I went live today, and an interesting topic came up, and that's the idea of, quote, imposter syndrome, but not in the traditional sense of not deserving what I have now, but feeling like an imposter whenever I try to move to the next income level. And that, I would say, certainly has been a challenge for me. So I'm doing a lot of work on my internal mindset and the lies about money and about my own ability to earn money that I have believed in the past. because there are a lot of them, and really that's the most I can do. So I can work on my mind, and then I can actually get into action. So those are the two things that I have control over, right? My thoughts and my actions. So I'm aiming to use them to get myself to a better place. So that's where we are for August and September, wrapping up. November and December are coming up. October, November, December. September, to be honest, has felt like the longest month because, again, I'm averaging about 3 hours sleep a night, which I know is just normal. That's how it goes. And sometimes I feel like I can either, I have to like pick two. I can either keep the house tidy, cook dinner, try to do some work, personal work stuff, or stay on a schedule. Like if out of those 4 things, I can only do 2, and I have to choose which 2 I do for the day. So that's just where I am, and I've heard this is very normal, and I'm just aiming to roll with it, and keep moving forward. And again, as mentioned, my goal is to move to the next level income-wise, and that's where it is, and that's where it's gonna stay. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the description box, or the description box in the comments. I love interacting with you in the comments. And yeah, so thanks again for watching, and I hope you will keep watching. Bye.